I think education and knowing about different candidates are extremely important. And today I'm going to talk to you about Omar Fateh, who is running to be the next mayor of Minneapolis. I've talked about Omar Fateh before because the Democratic establishment worked extremely hard to get the endorsement that he rightfully received from the Democratic convention reversed. So that's probably where you've heard about him from. But I think it's time to break down his campaign, and I think it's time to explain why he's incredible, why he should be the next mayor of Minnesota. I keep saying Minnesota, why he should be the next mayor of Minneapolis. This is directly from his website. My name is Omar Fateh. I'm a state senator, husband, renter, son of Somali immigrants, and a longtime advocate for working people. I'm running for mayor from Minneapolis to work with you to achieve the vibrant, loving city we know Minneapolis can be for working people. It's getting harder to build our lives in Minneapolis, and with Donald Trump stepping back into the Oval Office, everything we've worked so hard to create is in jeopardy. It's not enough to just stand up to Trump. It's time to push back with forward thinking leadership. These are a few things from his campaign that really stood out to me. Please do your own research as well. I think it's really important, but these are the things that stuck out to me the most. This is his response regarding immigration. The city must act as the last line of defense, hand in hand with the county and state, as the federal government wages war on oppressed and vulnerable people. Work with immigrant rights organizations and support initiatives aimed at achieving full equality for immigrant residents, including right to legal counsel, support for undocumented students and families in public schools, and establishing clear consequences for Minneapolis Police Department MPD officers who violate the city separation ordinance. It's a huge deal. We have seen time and time again the LAPD, the NYPD work hand in hand with the Gestapo, and for him to say, no, if I'm mayor, that's not going to fucking happen. It's a really, really good sign. It's extremely hopeful. This is what he has said about the LGBTQ plus community and protecting them. Ensure that events like the Trans Equity Summit are fully funded and prioritized. The current mayor has underfunded and mismanaged this event, resulting in the cancellation of the 2024 summit. Increase funding to services that support housing, safety, economic justice, as LGBTQ plus and BIPOC people are some of the highest at risk at losing their housing, being over-criminalized by MPD, and being harassed by their employer. Enact a public health centered approach to unsheltered homelessness that prioritizes the humanity of those who have the least. This approach is the opposition to the policies shared by the Frey administrations. The Frey administration is the current administration, the Democratic establishment administration, to ensure that Minneapolis remains a safe haven for people seeking abortions and gender affirming healthcare, essential healthcare services. That these are under attack from the federal government. Social worker, these policies are just speaking to my fucking heart. One of my passions is to make people understand that housing is a right. It should never be a privilege. And I really think that Fateh understands that. And this is what he says regarding housing. Housing is a human right, but our city isn't doing nearly enough to provide safe and affordable housing for all its residents. Every family deserves to have a stable place to call home. Implementing the Minneapolis 2040 plan, one of the boldest comprehensive plans in the country, is essential to creating a more accessible, prosperous, and livable Minneapolis. But we also need to explore new and creative ways of securing adequate housing for all. As mayor, I will explore every avenue to ensure Minneapolis can be home for everyone who wishes to build their life here. This is more of his initiatives regarding housing. Build and maintain public housing at the federally allowed maximum level and support a dedicated levy to maintain this commitment. Enact a rent stabilization policy to ensure that renters can call Minneapolis home for generations to come. Establish a tenant opportunity to purchase act to ensure that renters have an additional tool to access home ownership. Support the affordable housing right of first refusal ordinance to preserve affordable housing and keep it locally owned rather than let it be hoarded by venture capitalists and wealthy developers. It's just like, I want this so much. Like, just reading through it over and over again, it's just like, this is what America really should be. This is possible. if we elect people like Omar Fateh. This is some of his vision revolving public safety. Implement the reforms outlined in the state and federal consent decrees without hesitation. Invest in upstream solutions to reduce crime that result from poverty and lacking access to mental health care, housing, and public spaces. Exactly. Oh, yes. Implement the Safe and Thriving Communities plan on existing actionable city policy that Mayor Frey has yet to implement. Prioritize, prioritize more effective MPD recruitment strategies rather than costly and inflated recruitment bonuses. Invest in programs that ensure the appropriate responders come when we call 911. Over 47% of calls to MPD can be diverted to non police responders, probably mental health specialists. Invest in well functioning civil rights department and independent oversight of MPD. Our residents should trust that we are doing everything we can to build a lawful and trustworthy police force. Work with every level of government to reduce recidivism rates, particularly among young people, by investing in youth programming and targeted diversion programs for the most at risk youth. You have seen that being implemented in Baltimore as well. That and it's been working great. The thing is, kids need things to do. But the thing is, their parents are working, or there's no after school activities or things, places for them to go. And if you invest in the community, you invest in after school programs, they're more likely to actually be there than doing bad things, committing crimes. Increase interdepartmental communication to ensure a more efficient public safety response. Expand the city's community safety ambassador program to the city's 7 cultural districts. Like I said, these are just a few of the things that Omar Fateh is doing or plans to do when he becomes the next mayor of Minneapolis. But I highly recommend y'all check him out. If you're able to donate, please donate to his campaign. If you're able to volunteer for him, please volunteer. He has no idea who the fuck I am. But at the end of the day, my goal is to get more democratic socialists into our government, and people who understand that to help people, you have to change the economy, you have to change poverty, you have to change housing, you have to change jobs. And Omar Fateh is one of the people that truly understands that. So he has my full endorsement, and I wanted to share more about his campaign with y'all. I just want to let you all know that the early voting has officially started. If you are interested in voting for Omar Fateh, as well as letting you all know that the official day for elections is November 4th. And hopefully, we'll have another Democratic Socialist as mayor.